Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Hi, how are you? Happy Wednesday. It's HAL Sparks Mornings Mega Worldwide. It's our thrice weekly, which thrice always sounded violent to me. You know, twice, not so much, but thrice sounds like a whipping. Anyways, maybe it is. 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I come on in the mornings and we get to chit chat. Because in the afternoons, quite frankly, when I'm going after some of these clips, I can get like diverted into these cul-de-sacs of information pushing back against the bullshit that we see repeated in these things. And I have to be honest that sometimes I'm adverse to repeating some of the same rebuttals that we've done over and over again, but yet the lies still pour out. So I feel like there's at least an element of nope, nope, nope that I'm required to do, even if I don't go into the deep reads of it. My only concern is that at some point, because of the growing nature of the show, somebody's going to cite the more recent sort of blow-off versions of my rebuttals versus the deep dives that I've gone into in the past, and therefore, assume that I haven't done my due diligence or gone into it. So I would like to say to those people and any of the new trolls, what took you so long? And secondly, fuck off with that nonsense and go back and look at my earlier videos when it comes to the Hunter Biden laptop or any of the garbage stories about that, or around the Carter Page Durham report Sussman stuff, which points to the fact that the one guy that Durham busted for lying lied in a way that would benefit Carter Page and Donald Trump, not hurt them. So anyways, who cares about these people's thoughts? Dragon, I don't care about their emotional response, but this is about my standard of information that I want to put out, right? Thanks, Misanthrope. I'm trying to strike a good balance, but sometimes you have to recover the same shit. And there's the Durham thing is winding down, so there's a bunch of that going on here. I'll show you. Hold on. Let's go to the trends this morning. For me, The Handmaid's Tale, and then everybody's wishing one of the guys from one of these K-pop groups happy birthday, which is lovely. Okay, latest updates, results from the September 13th primary. Let's see what we got so far. MAGA line candidates appear to sweep the Republican congressional primaries in New Hampshire last night, defeating finance candidates backed by Governor Sununu and Kevin McCarthy. Oh, God. I hope the Democratic strategy of supporting the more lunatic-y characters helps, but I think it's funny that that's the big fight going on in MAGA land right now. And by the way, for those of you that are asking, I am drinking bulletproof coffee this morning. Yes, it's coffee with butter. All right. True story. Let's see. Calling on Alan to cancel his event with MAGA extremist Jason Smith. This guy, I don't care. Voter turnout is usually lower in non-presidential years. Only an estimated 12.37% of registered voters cast ballots in the Delaware primaries, but there's still a few upsets and maybe more to come. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Chris Papas. I mean, these are all moot points. I honestly, is there a distinction between sitting Republicans and some of the maggots that are coming in? Absolutely. Does it matter in terms of voting record? No. The weird part is that most of these people vote lockstep anyways. So even the moderate Republicans are voting exactly the same way the MAGA Republicans would. So what's the fucking difference? Attitude? How gross they are? And again, someone being gross, verbally, just yelling racial epithets, being a pig in general in public, while it's aggravating and uncivil and sad to see, doesn't really materially affect lives the way a piece of legislation would. So ultimately, I give a shit. If the moderate Republicans are voting exactly the way the MAGA Republicans are, what's the difference attitude-wise? I'm serious. Now, some Republicans have come on board with things like the infrastructure bill and other stuff, and even McConnell, Trump's still angry with him from 2020 for not holding up the budget and basically crashing the economy by not extending the debt limit, because McConnell chose the health of the country over Donald Trump, and you just don't do that. There's still those moments. Could more of them happen? Absolutely. But only if there's, they write their own house. Only if they start expelling some of the loonies in their ranks. Up till that point, it's your ass. they're going to catch hell every time they come across the aisle anyways for the next decade minimum. So if they start to, cool. That said, okay, President King. Why is President King trending? President Biden on Wednesday spoke with King Charles III, the White House said in the first call between the two since the death of Queen Elizabeth II last week. I want to apologize. Not a joke. I want to apologize for us kicking your ass in the Revolutionary War. And I'm going to send you a copy of the Declaration of Independence just to remind you where we're clear. This is not proper. Someone get this ink out of the way. This is just not done. The whole area is it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know how the Queen could even accomplish anything around here. You still on the phone? Ladies and gentlemen, the King. Click. Why is your name green now? I don't know, Diana. Maybe because you've lowered your carbon footprint in the chat. It's not green where I'm looking at it. So are you a member? Did somebody make you a member? Because you can gift memberships on YouTube. That's what I need to do. I need to start doing like right out of the gate. Welcome to the show. If you want to support it, there's a Venmo thing over there. You can buy me a coffee or dinner or a house. Up to you. Nothing stopping you. As in the immortal words of Venkman, no job is too big, no fee is too big. And then, of course, super chats and super thanks. If you're watching this later, there should be a little thing below. Facebook stars are a great way to help. And then, of course, subscribing on Twitch and gifting subscriptions, great way to help the show. Only thing that keeps us afloat and growing and pays my enormous internet bill, which is fucked up. But anyways, that's a great way to help. And then of course, as we kind of grow our gear and our studio and eventually I move out of my office into a space I'm going to do a hostile takeover of Glenn Beck's studio. It's going to happen, and we're going to take it all and we're going to move it to 666 Fifth Avenue, and I'm going to run my business out of there, the top floor. And then I'm going to, because I buy the place free and clear, I'm going to lease out all the other floors to charities for $1 a year. That's what I would do. If I own 666 Fifth Avenue for like free and clear, that's what I would do with it. Just saying. That's what I do. I know it's 660. I would have it changed back. Just me. That's what I do. It's what I do. Does Camden appreciate the fat internet pipe? Yes, he and Ethan are very excited. The house sons, both of them, mine and my girlfriend's, enjoy the lack of lag in the internet. They don't like not playing when I'm on and I'm streaming. Because there's sometimes when, if it starts getting jacked up, we've had to dial it back a little bit, like throttle it, just like an old train crossing. Right. Anyways, hi chat room, by the way. Love you guys. And back to where we were. Like and subscribe, give a thumbs up. If you hate the show and you're trolling, welcome. I couldn't be happier that you're here. You are welcome here in a way that you're not welcome anywhere else, even in your own homes, even during Thanksgiving. We love you in a way that your family has stopped doing. And I think that's a great thing. And it's, everything I say, just prepare yourself, will trigger and irritate you. I know if anybody can turn you into a snowflake, it's this hell. So just prepare yourself emotionally and you'll be okay. All right. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Force One. Trump's never going to ride on it again. Is that what we're saying? Biden employed 2 motorcades, local police protection, and the Boeing 757 version of Air Force One to fly from D.C. to Delaware to vote in the election with no high-profile races on the ballot, according to Yeah, because voting's only important when it's got star power. Yeah. The only time a vote really matters is when somebody that used to be a Fox News host is running against somebody who used to be Date Nader's ex-girlfriend. I don't know. Hey, Hal, it's us. It's USNA. Here's your special master from Leyland, Germany. Again, send me all your classified and declassified. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. I've classified 1 out of my 5 fingers. You can guess which one. It's been redacted. Biden confirms that he's taking Air Force One to Delaware to vote in the state's primary and ignores question as to why he did not vote absentee. You're kidding, right? With all the, like, we can't trust mail-in voting at all from the right wing. He's voting in person. Oh, Water Goddess, thank you so much. Hype train is close. We're getting a hype train. Yeah, he's the president of the United States. There are enough lunatics around right now that I don't need him traveling by land any great distance at this point right now. He's not a senator anymore. His kids aren't in school. He doesn't have to take the fucking train. He earned it. He's the president of the United States. We don't want anything to happen to him. I'm cool. He's going to vote. He's not going to golf. Buzz off. All right. COVID-19 news and updates in California. Are there any? Hi. Is this a sign? 4 things you need to know about the latest information. Oh, they're doing videos. I think I know where this park is. Put it to work for you. Get the shot. Public health. There you go. Testing and unvaccinated updated guidance. Cool. New this afternoon. Ends required weekly COVID-19 testing for unvaccinated workers at schools, hospitals, and other congregate settings. The vaccine mandate for such employees remains in effect. So they don't have to get... The vaccine mandate, okay. So either they've run out of time and they have to get vaccinated, or they don't work anymore, or the mandate to get vaccinated still exists, but if you don't, they've ended the testing part, which was the alternative, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. Okay. The American Rescue Plan is helping LA County come back better than before the pandemic. Here's how $2 billion will assist our residents and communities. Lovely. The monkeypox vaccine eligibility has been expanded. Gay or bisexual men or any man or transgender people who have had sex with men or transgender people. Okay. Hollywood High School was placed on lockdown after the LA Police Department received a call about a shooting on campus, but it was determined that the report was a hoax. That's just news and updates for California, related to California. This is the algorithm. It just pops up all the time. Latest updates on the war in Ukraine. Let's jump in. There's a big move going on in Kherson. We looked at a bunch of this stuff late last night. This is one of the bigger stories. So the Kiev Independent put this in, but it was in. It showed. I saw it first in the Daily Beast. I want to say yesterday, but apparently, right before the invasion, Putin sent this aid that he had with a deal to like stabilize the areas in the Donbass, the Donetsk and Luhansk areas. They weren't going to declare them independent nations, but it was just kind of like a ceasefire-y, Minsk III agreement. And Ukraine agreed to it. No talk about how temporary it was. And his aid went back with the agreement, and Putin told him to fuck off. Yeah. Couldn't verify the deal was reached before or immediately after the invasion. I'm going to guess if he was in contact with his aide. Yeah. Okay. Anyone using TikTok to learn about COVID-19, climate change, or Russia's invasion of Ukraine is likely to encounter misleading information, according to research report published Wednesday. Yes. TikTok is malware. It is a psyop by the Chinese government. Sorry, that's what it is. I am someone who has met in person with the propaganda minister of China, of the CCP, the head dude. I had a meeting with him. His translator was scared shitless, the poor woman. Believe me, this is something they're doing all the time. This is not Red Scare. This has nothing to do with like conspiracy theory. This is the actual mechanical workings of how this country's government works. The People's Liberation Army, what we think of as the Chinese military, is not the military for the Chinese people. It is a private army run by the CCP. What we think of as the Chinese military is the largest private army in the world. Because, unlike our Constitution, if at any point they feel like it, they can take that military, the military of the PLA, and turn it on the Chinese people. Most of their money militarily is spent surveilling and imprisoning and capturing their own people. That's how it's spent. Just so you know, that's not even up for debate. We're not into David Icke lizard people territory or fucking Jackhole Bravo, whoever that guy was on Joe Rogan, who's still convinced the earth is flat and surrounded by an ice ring. We're not even remotely. This is an open secret. This is just true. Vincent, you're farming this morning. I think that's a beautiful thing. Trump turned the military on us. No, he didn't. He would have wanted to, but he couldn't. I mean, it's one of the reasons why he didn't ask for those 10,000 National Guard troops, because he couldn't guarantee that they would all be on his side if he if he ordered them under the Insurrection Act to attack the Capitol. That wasn't going to happen. Hi, Teresa. It's a bunch of shit. Let's see. Yesterday, Ukrainian Poshta delivered first pensions to the people of Balaklia and nearby villages. Oh, that's nice. They'd suffered occupation for 5 months. It's important to restore their lives back to normal ASAP. They're literally setting up tables and getting people their social security checks, basically. First captured and destroyed T-45-55. It's my favorite among the early Cold War. Right now, this dude's like calling out like it's becoming a collector series. Yeah, this is a T-62. It's like the year it came out, 1962. That's amazing. Oh, Apple News is talking to me. Pope Francis again spoken out against Russia's war in Ukraine, questioning how many deaths will it take for peace to prevail in the country. That's a question for Russia, because I got news for you. It would all end right now if they all fucked off to their own border. It would just stop. It would just stop. I think on an interpersonal level, guessing because of like the damage that the Chechens did, the Wagner Group guys and the Spetsnaz guys did, and even some of the grunts did when they were in there in places like Bucha and the violent and horrifying torture that they put people through. There might be some reprisal killings. There might be some, Russia's border being with Ukraine being as porous as it is in a lot of places, because it wasn't a hard border. It wasn't, there's no build the wall movement in Russia to keep Ukraine and NATO out. There never was. So if you're looking at like kind of the soft attacks inside Russia that are happening, it doesn't take much for Russian-speaking Ukrainians to get past the Russian border in some rural area, hotwire a Jeep, steal another car, drive a few miles, wave at a few people, speak in Russian, ask a couple questions, blow something up, and go back home. So I don't doubt there's going to be a trail of that shit over the next few years that Russia will have to deal with. But it will be a law and order problem, not a military between countries issue. There are huge numbers of foreigners involved in the recent Ukraine counteroffensive, and that Kiev couldn't have achieved anything without them. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Russia, but quite frankly, there's definitely a couple of dudes. Malcolm Nance is a badass, but you're not pulling a lot of foreign corpses out of the areas where you're bombing. These are Ukrainian human beings. These are Ukrainian men and women fighting for their country. They're like a half dozen or a couple dozen Foreign Legion fighters coming in because they like the idea of killing Russians for what they're doing ain't the deciding factor. The HIMARS are, and the any quote unquote foreign fighters that are there, largely those folks are inside the country unofficially to help them check them out on gear, help them get up to paces on how to. The interesting thing about like the HIMARS and the missile systems and stuff that we've been giving them is that targeting and firing them, for anybody who's operated a video game, probably not that hard. The thing they have to be trained on and develop muscle memory on is showing up, setting it up, firing, doing the military action, shutting the thing up, and getting the fuck out of there before a response comes. They have been doing these, like building these fake HIMARS and fake tanks and fake howitzers that they leave behind. They drag them up. They take they fire with the real one. They drag it away, and then this one's still sitting, and the Russians are like, "We got him," and it's just cardboard. And Kurt Metzger on fucking Jimmy's show is like, they're stealing our money and they're making fake howitzers, and we think they're obviously taking those funds and spending them elsewhere. Like, motherfucker, they're using real howitzers. We sent them. The money doesn't show up there in barrels of fucking cash, dummy. Nobody's making furniture out of howitzers instead of using them on the battlefield. And the cardboard fake ones are part of material support we've given them where they're building, they can do this themselves. Ugh, God. So stupid. According to Ukrainian media, Britain is demanding that Zelensky move the war into Russian territory and finally get Belgorod region. But Zelensky realizes that for him, that would be suicide, says Olga Skabimini. That's what I'm going to call her from now on. Olga Skabimini. I hope that's all right with everyone. Skabilaya. She's a Skabilaya. I think that's better. Olga Skabilaya. Russia's saying Britain is wants Ukraine to go into Russia. Yes. Well, the Belgorod area has been inside Russia. See if I can find the story on it. Collaborators with Russian forces are fleeing. Okay, Kharkiv. That's going to be Russian faces bring down 1,000 flee abroad. I'll just have to look up Belgorod. So Belgorod, in a lot of ways, let's say Belgorod Oblast in Russia is people running away. Let's see. Yeah, there was an explosion there a couple days ago. Big question: is it time to attack inside Russia? That's a World Crunch explosion reported in village of Belgorod region during border. Yeah, this is a day ago. Let's see if I can. This is Ukraine news. Let's see if I can bring this over here. No, thank you. All right, go away. Okay. This is the story I'm talking about. So this is not missile strikes. This is somebody's blowing shit up over there. The governor of Belgorod region, Russian Federation, Vyacheslav Gladkov, I'm glad to fuck off, gladly fucks off, said that the settlement in Logachivka, which borders Ukraine, was allegedly attacked by the Ukrainian military. The Russian governor wrote about this in his Telegram account. According to him, the settlement was shelled around 1300 local time. Gladkov, glad to fuck off, reported that a Ukrainian citizen of 1942 died as a result of the shelling. A Ukrainian citizen of 1942? So the missiles are time traveling? Has the Manhattan Project been... or the Philadelphia experiment, which one was it, where they moved the ships? Died as a result of shelling. 4 more people were injured and hospitalized. He also said that due to the shelling, private houses, farm buildings in Logachivka were partially destroyed. Damage to power lines is also known. According to his information, the emergency services were forced to temporarily cut off the electricity and gas supply. it will be recalled that earlier today, on September 12th, residents at the Rostov region of the Russian Federation reported a series of powerful explosions. Information about explosions in Azov, Taganrog, and Novoshinsk, Aksai, and other settlements of the region is spreading in social networks. As Ukrainian news agency earlier reported on Sunday, September 11th, Russian troops launched missile attacks on infrastructure facilities in several regions of Ukraine. So, and they're firing from that area. So it could be retaliatory fire where people just don't know that that's technically inside Russia, that they're on their, tactical response. They're just looking at, a targeting thing in grass. It doesn't have like, here's the border, by the way, written into the thing. Sorry, I'm going to have to check out early. My family wants a day with me. Well, they deserve one. And thank you for being with us. Por qué no do not me? Have a beautiful day. Tell your family we all say hello. And thank them for letting you hang out with us as much as you do. That's what I would say. Really do love this group so much. Thanks for all your support and love, fellow sparklers. Finally curated family. Agreed. Thank you, Water Goddess. I try. I will say, and I won't go too deeply into it because you guys know. Yes, Philip Bittner's home. He's in LA. He's going to be on my radio show on Saturday. We're hoping. I talked to him this morning. He's well. I'm sure he's a little bit, upset he's not there currently as this shit's going down, but also glad because if there's going to be a time when Russia strikes back horribly at long range into, Lviv or Kiev, this will be it. So fingers crossed they don't, because that would be the end of the end. But he's doing well. And yes, I very well may go see him and do the show there. But I've got to figure out how to make that happen, and he may not be available. So we're working it out. I'm also might have a show Friday night, all of a sudden at Yamava, but we'll see. I will get Misty 50 plus if I start talking about what a great group you guys are. So, anyways, I have to say that every time I run into a bunch of you guys at an event and I get a chance to actually talk to you. The meet and gropes are hard because there's so many people that aren't even, they know me from the tour and from Steph's show and from other stuff also. But you guys in particular who are here regularly, like when I get to talk to you, I feel my soul light up. It's just great. Anyways, that's all. All right. That's as far as I'm going. I got to be able to finish the show. Okay. Natalie Anatova told you guys over and over again, this was never about NATO. Yeah. Putin's chief envoy to Ukraine told the Russian leader as the war began that he had struck a provisional deal with Kiev that would have satisfied Russia's demand that Ukraine stay out of NATO, but Putin rejected it. Yep. Always been bullshit. Always been bullshit. The NATO story has always been garbage. Mearsheimer's talking out of his ass. That dude that Democracy Now! Keeps having on. Fuck him. They're talking out of their ass because they want to make the narrative always has to be this is the West ratcheting up war, the wars and forever wars, and it's all about fucking the military industrial complex, that fucking tired goddamn story, as if the rest of as if millions of us didn't march against the fucking Iraq war and shit when it happened, and this whole idea that this is all we do. Piss off. It's a narrative pushed by Russia to pants the rest of the world so that they can attack without anybody responding. That's what it is. Hilly, thank you so much. Yeah, that's TYT's story too. And they're fucking dumb. Does anybody know how I suppose I should look over there, see how they're handling the Azerbaijan-Armenia breakout. Because on the one hand, the importance of recognizing the Armenian genocide, which did happen and was a terrible, terrible thing, also can coexist with the fact that Armenia has been lining itself up with Russia as its main security partner for the last decade or so. And Azerbaijan has been trying to reclaim territory that, they dispute, not unlike culturally the dispute that's going on Russia to Ukraine. The only difference is that in this particular instance, the reason Azerbaijan seems like they feel free to move in on these disputed territories that they've been back and forth with Armenia about over for years and years and years is because the Wagner Group guys and the Russians that were there working with the Armenians had to be pulled away and sent to Ukraine to die. It's fucked up. And it's not the fault of the Armenian people or the Azerbaijani people, yeah. TYT looks like it's moving right like CNN. Yeah, I don't doubt it. That's where the money is. Trust me, I know. Standing over here being a, what they called me, like a terminal centrist or a corporate dem or whatever their fucking pejorative is, which I always take as them recognizing that I actually give a shit about progress and want it to happen. And that incremental change, if it saves your life, like eating right and going to the gym and raising your children well and learning to read or learning a foreign language, everything you do in your whole fucking life that matters happens incrementally if it's not natural to you at birth, which almost nothing is. Do you know a baby that started jogging right out of the womb? Do you think societies shift in any different way? No. Sometimes you have to take material leaps forward in the protection of rights, like gay marriage, but that doesn't mean the rest of the public came along and that there's not still work to do convincing some people. Then you still have incremental work to do. It's just on a social level. It's not asked and answered. You don't believe me? Ask women about the right to choose. Because a big portion of people thought, it's been asked and answered, and everybody brings it up, and Republicans are never going to fucking do anything. It doesn't really matter. Two legs in the same pair of pants. They're the same sides of the coin. Democrats and Republicans are no different, and what difference does it make? Fuck off. Thanks, Spicy. I was by no means born awesome. It's everything that's awesome about me took work. I'm serious. Like, these fuckers are like, I don't know what the fucking deal is with these cavities. I brushed my teeth when? Once in 1978. Jesus Christ. Constant gardening, folks. That's what democracy takes. That's why it's more complicated than autocracy or monarchies or dictatorships. But it sure as shit is better for the people involved. I was born blonde. I was blonde till I was 7, 8, till about 3rd grade. Hold on. Mine was 19 days late, but she was keeping time with a live Celtic band. Still loves Celtic music. Oh, were you playing Celtic music in the room or did you have the headphones on your belly when it happened? Because I love Celtic music. I'm just saying. It's just closet Enya fan, the whole deal. And traditional Celtic and Irish instruments. Even the happy music sounds sad. It's amazing. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for saying hi back. All right, so state they're still very Russia's military setbacks in Ukraine are, of course, a problem for the Kremlin, both in themselves and propaganda-wise. But I really can't help but feeling there's a surge in wishful thinking going around about some sort of growing dissent that, at the moment, threatens regime stability. Worth remembering that when I post clips of criticism on state TV, they're still very sporadic. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that people get wound up, when it seems inevitable that something bad's going to happen to Putin. Except when you notice that people keep falling out of fucking windows. Let's see. Just Russian to die mysterious. Yeah, one of the things that keeps me from thinking that anything is actually gonna happen. Jesus Christ, 0.25%. Okay. Hold on. I gotta wait till this ad passes. Okay, this dude. Hold on. By the way, this is irritating Republicans and will all day long. Why won't it die? All right. A bunch of people bought the dip, and now it's coming back. Russian businessman's body found in latest mysterious death. That's not him. That's him. He fell off a boat. They were all drinking, and he fell overboard. Ivan Pechorin, managing director of the aviation industry of the Corporation for the Development of the Far East and the Arctic. This guy's in charge of setting up airports in the eastern part of Russia, where nothing grows and no one is going right now, especially via airplane. Let's see. Ivan's death is an irreparable loss of friends and colleagues. Again, a human being, sad for the people who knew him, kind of awful that everybody around them at that level are have got to be panicking. According to Russian state media outlet RIA Novosti, the administration of Vladivostok said a body was found near the village of Beregovo. Pechorin drowned on September 10th near Cape Ignatiev in Vladivostok, regional media reports. Pechorin is at least the 9th prominent Russian businessman to have reportedly died by suicide or an unexpected accident since late January, with 6 of them associated with Russia's 2 largest energy companies. These dudes, I mean, Russia has a brain drain problem already. The only thing I can think is that these fuckers were packing their bags. And it was just a case of if you try to leave, you're going to die. So all these folks are just a warning to anybody else who tries to get their families out or whatever. 4 of those 6 were linked to the Russian state-owned energy giant Gazprom. Hey, weird. Why Carter Page was worth watching. Where's can you the search for the word in here? Where is it? Finding Americans willing to come intelligence sources for Russia. This was tough. He'd approached 2 women. The Russians tried. The FBI interrupts the record. But Mail One wrote that he is sorry he went to Moscow and forgot to check his inbox, but he wants to get back. I think he's an idiot and forgot who I am. Plus, he writes to me in Russian to practice the language. He flies to Moscow more often than I do. He got hooked on the Russian energy company Gazprom, thinking that if they have a project, he could rise up. Maybe he can. I don't know. But it's obvious he wants to earn loads of money. Sportchef, without a doubt. Mail One, they're talking about Carter Page. It tended to string Mail One along them and feeding him empty promises. He would play up his connections to Russia's trade delegation and pretend his SVR colleague might push contracts the Americans' way. This intelligent method to cheat. Page is a balding figure in his mid-40s with a buzz-cut hair and the super lean physique of a cyclist or a fitness fanatic. But when Page was awkward, uncomfortable, broke into a sweat when he was talking to him. Look, you should see him when Chris Hayes is around. Yummy. In 2004, Page moved to Moscow, where he became an energy consultant with Merrill Lynch. As Page tells it, it was while working as an investment banker that he struck up a relationship with Gazprom. Weird. Where is that? 4 of the 6 were linked to Russian state-owned energy giant Gazprom or one of its subsidiaries. 4 of the 6 people who in the energy sector who died were attached to the company that Carter Page was trying to work with. He advised Gazprom on transactions, including a deal to buy a stake in an oil and gas held near Sakhalin, the desolate island in Russia's Pacific coast. He bought Gazprom shares, so he had stock in wanting it to do well. He wasn't great, and he wasn't terrible. His former boss, Sergei Alekashenko, said that Page was without any special talents or accomplishments and in no way exceptional. He was a gray spot. 3 years later, Page returned to New York and to his new office next to Trump Tower. From there, he set up private equity business Global Energy Capital, LLC. His partner was Russian, a wealthy former Gazprom manager called Sergei Yatsenko. Did Yatsenko know Podnodny and Porshev, or indeed other members of Russia's underground espionage community? Good question. So, for all those like, poor Carter Page, fuck Carter Page. Carter Page is a useless idiot. That's what he was for. Nobody took him seriously, and they used him to shepherd messages, even if he was too stupid to know he was giving them a message. Let me explain this to you. In spy work, the days of the turtle milks cattle at midnight, and that being the phrase that goes in that lets them know the attack is coming at dawn the next day via the cornfields or whatever the fuck, are done. These days, you can give someone a paper copy of mining outputs or currency exchange figures, and go, don't show this to anybody else. It's only for him. And if anybody hears of this, you're fired and I'm going to fuck you up. And you give it to them. This person thinks they're just handing over. This is just insider trading, kind of borderline financial crime stuff, but it's just like part of the business, man. And he hands this thing over and it's translated into intel later. That's how they fucking operate. But the person carrying it is on a need to know basis, and you can give it to them in a way that even if they knew, they wouldn't know what they were carrying. They couldn't understand it. They don't have the codex to break it down. And especially if they're like, okay, this guy's a moron, but he'll do what he's told. And he's not stupid enough. He's not so stupid that he doesn't recognize that a bunch of people around this fall out of fucking windows if they don't do what they're told. You know, Carter Page is the luckiest thing about Carter Page is he's too stupid to kill for these people. For real. Like anybody who just even dicks around with this nonsense. Fucking Gazprom is the TikTok of oil. It is the oligarch's money spigot. You don't fuck with it or they kill you. Seriously, Kath, like getting rid of Carter Page would draw too much undue attention and make him look important. Then that would make them look at him. He's so dumb, people are like, fuck that guy. And that's I mean, to some degree, that's why they use Trump. Because there's no fucking way anybody thinks he actually understands the geopolitics of oil. For real. There's no way. Nobody thinks he goes over figures and breaks stuff down like, look at this 20%. If we shifted all of our things to oil future, to gas futures out of Qatar for just 3 months, we'll get this much return. Like he can't work that shit out. That's high math, goofy shit anyways. It might not even, it's one of those things where it might not be worth the effort. It requires too much thought and there's too much writing. He'd rather bet on himself and his own ego. But if you're going to pick someone to be your go-between, picking somebody that's smart enough to know that if they fuck around, they're going to find out, but too dumb to understand the stakes or what they're actually involved in, is the perfect window. Did anybody watch Reacher? Did anybody watch the Amazon series Reacher? I did, and if there's a subplot in that, the main running story through it is about counterfeit money, sort of the baseline. I'm not going to blow anything. There's no need for a spoiler alert. This is sort of the setup part of the story. It happens well in the early part of it, but this currency exchange guy is one of the primary characters. And he disappears at one point. And they show his backstory about how he got involved in this like fraudulent currency exchange and that this counterfeit money ring. And it's because they brought him in to do something completely legal. They said, hey, can you transfer these funds to these funds and move it through these accounts? And if you can do that, then you're hired. And I'd like to hire you at 3 times your base pay. And my company really needs you. And the guy's like, this is great. And he's at a horse farm in fucking Brazil or Colombia or whatever. And he's like, look at all this money. He's just wound up in how great this looks for him and his family and the money they could make and all this kind of stuff. And then as soon as he's done with the job they give him, they go, you've just committed a crime and you're going to go to jail for 50 years if I turn you in. And so now you work for me. And then they take him into a barn and they kill another dude next to him to let him know that that's the other alternative. If you work for me, you won't go to jail. But if you try not to work for me, I'm going to cut your genitals off and stuff them in your mouth. That's what hooks him on the business plan, right? That's a fictional like shorthand of that kind of shit. But that's how these guys operate. Fucking 9 of these dudes have died, including a dude who, like this story. Okay. Let me give you another example. This is when you watch, if you haven't watched Reacher and you decide you want to watch it. It's a series. It's on Amazon. It's from the Jack Reacher stories. Quite frankly, I like the guy who plays him in the series. He's physically more like the character in the book, but I like Tom Cruise's take on it too. It doesn't bother me either way. Both are good takes. I also think it's not special when a gigantic guy can fuck anybody up. I think it's way more interesting that it's a smaller guy that people think they can take that person and then they get their ass handed to them for obvious reasons why I would like that. But look at this story. This is from April of this year. Mysterious multi-millionaire Russian gas executive is found hanged and his wife and daughter, 18, hacked to death in their Spanish villa days after ex-Gazprom bank official and his family were discovered dead in a Moscow flat. Sergei Protasenya, 55, is believed to have carried out the murder-suicide. He was found hanging in the courtyard of his holiday home in Spain, and his wife, Natalia, and their 18-year-old daughter were found murdered inside. Police reportedly working on the assumption he killed them before taking his own life. However, reports suggest the evidence is not conclusive. Okay. The idea that somebody's going to commit murder-suicide is one thing. But somebody who's a multi-millionaire Russian gas executive, if their world is collapsing around them, it's not out of the question that somebody would do their family in and themselves in. But most of the time you do it in a way that lets them off the hook, or you just do yourself in and send them money and send them away if you give a shit. But the idea that this fucker hacked his family to pieces and then hung himself is garbage. It's fucking ridiculous. Police are reportedly working on the assumption killer. Okay, like it comes after another Russian businessman, Vladislav Avayev, 51, was found dead in Moscow with his wife, Yelena, 47, and their younger daughter, Maria. Both men, found just 1 day apart, had separate links to Russian gas companies. Fuck off with this nonsense. This is a fucking cull. Yeah. Multi-millionaire, lots of options in his life. I mean, even if you're against your country doing shit or whatever, you pack your shit, you get a suitcase full of hundreds, and you go live in Brazil. I mean, he worked for Gazprom. He's probably not a nice guy anyways. So the idea that thieving and fucking off aren't okay with him ethically is ridiculous. Yeah, that kind of brutality doesn't fit the profile. Exactly, Kath. Just garbage. Sad they probably chopped them up in front of him. Yeah, Wes, I would argue that's exactly how it goes. And that's probably the story circulating amongst the other oligarchs who are sitting there with a full fucking diaper across from Putin while he yells at them why the oil and gas company isn't, companies aren't making more money because they're selling on the black market, and Iran is lowering the price because they have to compete with Iran on the black market for selling oil to India and China. They're selling it at cost, as cost is going up. They don't have the mechanics or the engineers or the equipment or the computers to repair the mining equipment and the oil rigs as they fail, which happens all the fucking time. It's a very labor and physically intensive work for the gear. If their tank barrels are rusty, what the fuck do you think their oil rigs look like? They blew up that one dude's daughter. Yeah, Gherkin, what's his name? Putin's brain. The investigation remains open, officials have said. The bodies of the trio were found Tuesday, just one day after Russian multimillionaire was found dead with his wife and daughter in their Moscow apartment, and another apparent murder-suicide involving a gun. Again, that makes way more sense, as awful as it is. Fucking terrible. This guy supposedly hacked these two people to death and then hung himself. Fucking garbage. And his son was in France and is like, that's not something my dad would do. Yeah, this is the guy who killed his wife. That's Yelena, and that's the daughter. Oh, sorry. No, she found them. She found the other one. The other daughter found her. Is this the one? Hold on. The bodies of all with gunshot wounds were found by the couple's distraught adult daughter, Anastasia. Picture. Yeah. So she found them, her and the 13-year-old, him and her and the 13-year-old. So here's the other thing too is, let's say you're going to commit some sort of massive murder-suicide. You're going to include your 13-year-old daughter in it. Why not, if you're going to plan something so awful, call your other family member in? Why is it only the people present at the scene that are killed in these situations? That doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to wipe your life and your progeny and yourself off the fucking map, why not send your son a plane ticket and kill everybody? Like, it's a terrible thought, but that's partly why it doesn't make any fucking sense too. I thought Russians were fans of poison anyway. That's for other people. When they kill their own, they tend to get pushed out a fucking window. This is just awful. Like, I mean, and you wait. Let's see. President Joe Biden said Ukraine is in for the long haul despite liberating miles of territory occupied by Russia in recent days. It's hard to tell, Biden said Wednesday when asked if it was a turning point in Ukraine. Yeah, we're not going to back down from support, period. That's what they want. They want to talk about the turning point idea. There's members of the right wing who want to talk about this. It's over now. They're doing it. We don't have to send them any more money or ammo or anything like that. They're going to be fine. Nope. On breaking news, selling more gas to China is one of Vladimir Putin's oldest pet projects. Unfortunately, with the Russian president, the idea has become both more urgent and less feasible after the war he launched in Ukraine. Here's the other thing. Sorry, by the way, you're watching HAL Sparks Mornings Mega Worldwide. I tend to get down rabbit holes of conversation about stuff, and I hope that's okay with you guys. the afternoon show. Lots of clips. And today, by the way, this afternoon, not to tease it too much, but we've got all of Mike Lindell's explanation of his ill-fated trip to Hardee's. So that I'm looking forward to that. It's so long I may grow a mustache while we watch it. So one of the ththings about sending oil and gas to Russia or to China from Russia. And one of the things that people, let me show you one of the reasons why all is not okay in Oklahoma when it comes to Xi's, what is it? What did he call it? His limitless, there's no limits relationship with Vladimir Putin. Moon River. Whew. Thank you, Doc. Why I and a couple other smart people are suspect of that entire storyline. You want to know why? Remember what I told you guys about the Belt and Road Initiative and how Kazakhstan is sick of having to pay basically a royalty to Russia for their oil and gas? And the new guy who's in charge of Kazakhstan replaced the Putin loyalist who he then put in fucking jail. And where did she go first? Yeah, he went to Kazakhstan. Yakshamesh alike. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Wednesday started his first foreign trip since the outbreak of the pandemic with a stop in Kazakhstan, ahead of a summit with Russia's Vladimir Putin and other leaders of a Central Asian security group. So everybody's talking about his meeting with Putin as if it wasn't just a sideline meeting of other South Asian groups, and that they know they've got to, because they share a border in areas and Russia has nukes and bullshit, they always have to talk to them. Where did he go first? Where did he go first? He went to Kazakhstan. Thanks. Thank you, PBA. I sometimes wear my hair back just because when I do characters on the show, it looks more normal to me when I do the filters and stuff with my hair back. It gives me a lot more room to move. My hair fucks with some of the stuff. I can't even use the Snapchat thing that I have that turns me into a cartoon character. Can't decide whether I'm a boy or a girl when it makes me into a cartoon character. So it flashes back between the two because it assumes because my hair is long, it misgenders me. I've been misgendered by software. There, I said it. It happens. I've also been misgendered on the street, and that feels good. You know, who's the hot chick with the long locks and the broad shoulders? It happens. I cancel software. Yeah, the filter just leaps back and forth, and my face changes sizes because it changes the physical structure of the character. Yeah. Thanks, Rosebud. Yeah, I can. Believe me, if I throw on some makeup, I can be pretty in a pinch. I mean, those of you that have seen Queer as Folk know this. Just saying. My features are such. It's a little hard to hide the cleft in my chin, but and my shoulders are bigger now than they were then. I was starving during that scene. But you know, we had to bleach my eyebrows and turn them blonde. and put a blonde wig on me because I looked like Gina Gershon. Yeah, I'm very sexy. It's true. It's the lips. Just saying. It's just like, how many like drag kissing shots are there of me on Tumblr at this point? Anyway, yeah, I look like Gina Gershon. It's true. A blonde Sandra Bullock. Don't tell her that. She'll get mad. But I like when we first did the makeup test where they put a brown wig on me, I looked like Sandra Bullock in The Net. I looked exactly like Sandra Bullock in The Net. She does have a really solid jawline. I will say that. Downright fucking snapped. Hal G. Dickinson, absolutely. You can call me Pepper. I feel like I'm gonna. By the way, I'm stealing that GIF, just so that I can bug people on Twitter later. MTG is jelly. It reminds me of kissing scene from William Dafoe in the Boondock Saints. Oh, totally. Except prettier. Thanks. I'm glad to be a DILF. It's nice. All right. So anyways, back to where we were. Come on. Another Russian oil exec fell out of a window in the hospital. Yep. You have Danzig vibes? Do I really, though? Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Mother! It's like, he's just a baritone Ian Astbury. Yeah, I've been thinking what I've been missing. I tell you truthfully, well. Okay, 2 electron orders by Ukrainian troops in Kharkiv. Oh my God, Russian. These are their like. They use this to like jam radar and drones and communicate, and they're fucked. They're fucked. I'm telling you, for all the bullshit about Zelensky, fucker's gonna get a statue. He's gonna get a statue. This is it. Like, he just count on it. He could fuck up from this point forward and still get a bronze statue. And the worst thing Russia could do is harm him, because he will. I mean, if you could martyr anybody in this process, it'd be him. She left Russia brought a one-way ticket to Ukraine, outraged by Putin's move to annex Crimea in 2014. Woman who quit Russia to fight for Ukraine is killed on the front. Oh, man. Well, she fought for what she believed in for years. Bless her heart. The claim that there have been huge numbers of foreigners involved in the recent counterattacks. Okay, they've been pushing that. They keep playing Malcolm Nance, like footage of him telling, "Here it comes, bitches." You guys saw that, right? Well, Spirit, Ukraine's prime minister, visited the new liberated city of Izium. Yeah, the fact that he's in fucking Izium right now is crazy. If Russia can reorganize their defense lines faster than Ukraine can advance, then the war may once again return to air combat, writes Dennis Murphy. Yeah. And if not, he'll just keep pushing people out a fucking window. Don't be fooled. Putin still has some nasty tricks up his sleeve. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the fears that they're gonna use tactical nukes or that kind of shit and whatever. But I think this detail can you have to understand what face means to the Chinese culture, what it certainly means among the CCP. Whoever you are giving your first visit to or your first call to in those situations is crucial. There is no reason why China can't get most of the oil and gas that it's going to get from Russia or Gazprom from Kazakhstan alone. It does not, I mean, it needs everything it can get, but it doesn't need to wait for fucking 31 days for a boat full of, oil or liquefied natural gas to arrive all the way around, fucking like sail to China, drop it off and go back. We all need, should have said oops when Putin was on the operating. Zelensky's done a fine job hanging in there. He was a comedian before he was president. Does this mean HAL Sparks would make for a good president? I think so. I think I'd make a fantastic president, which obviously makes me a lunatic, because even that thought should make you sort of crazy. But then if you recognize you're crazy, you're not crazy. So there you have it. How can you tell my girlfriend Beth Stroman I love her? She's listening at work. Beth, Chuck loves you. I would have said it for free. It's just true. He hopes you're having a good day at work, and much love. Not just from him, but from all of us. We love you. Thanks for listening at work. I'm reading. Okay, sorry. I got that one. And then China has Putin by the cojones. Now they're milking him of cheap oil, gas, and minerals, says Knutson. Yeah. Partly. Here's the thing. There are better sources for them to get it, including from Western countries or Venezuela, but it's less reliable right now and harder and more work, and it's further away. So they would rather get it on the above board market to some degree, up till a point when they decide to shift over to non-reliance. They're basically building a dome around the fucking country. Xi Jinping is in the process of turning China into a giant North Korea. Do I think Putin is physically ill? Yes, I do. But I do not think it will affect his lifespan for the purposes of what we're going through. I think if he's going to die of anything, it'll probably be lead poisoning or cement poisoning, deceleration trauma. Yeah, here I'll show you. Somebody's asking to see Malcolm Nance. Here you go. Really?
What now, bitch?
Ну что?
Hold on. So this is they're firing into the area.
Вот так вот.
What now, bitch?
Ну что? Дела у вас плохи?
It really tickled me to see our own Malcolm Nance on Russia TV. They didn't even bleep him. What now, bitches?
Вот так вот.
There you go.
What now, bitch?
Ну что?
They cut away because he kind of revels in it. Like there's this is his thing.
There you go. What now, bitches? Shit's coming down.
They what now, bitches? Shit's coming down. They cut off the shit's coming down part of it because they just couldn't take it.
There you go. What now, bitches? Shit's coming down.
We need a stamp. If they can have the Russian ship go fuck yourself stamp, we need a Malcolm Nance. What now, bitches? Shit's coming down stamp. I'm gonna make that this afternoon. That's what I'm doing after the show's over today. I'm gonna take that image of him in his helmet, and I'm gonna use like the cartoon filter and make a stamp and put "What now, bitches? Shit's coming down" over it. But yeah, again, that's terrible. They're having a hard time. But I cannot state loudly and proudly enough how fucked up this is for Vladimir Putin. This right here, people. This right here. This dude is ethnically more Chinese than Russian. He's got like Turkish and Chinese background. That's not lost on this fucker, and it's not lost on him. Make an emote for Twitch? Okay. of Malcolm Nance? Okay, that's a good idea too. That'll be great. This is a huge fuck you to Vladimir Putin. Like, just know that. Know that. Feel that. Enjoy that. Okay, now there's something else I wanted to show you guys this morning. Related to this stuff. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Heat ranking, that was something else. Oh, yeah. So check this out. So this is the slightly less redacted. Let me see if I can shrink this down a little bit so you guys can see it fully. This is the slightly less redacted version. For those of you listening at home and at work, I'll read it to you. This is the slightly less redacted affidavit to get a search warrant for Mar-a-Lago. Hal, don't know if you can do anything, but chat here is not working right now, but was it Midas just now? The chat at Facebook isn't working right now? Huh. Okay. In what way? Hold on. I can't. So funny. Let's see. Go to the creative thing, the live, where the thing is tools, but the thing, content, library, video post, living, but the home. Where are you, you crazy man? 9 pages, just take this guy off, this guy off, and this guy off, and this guy off. Sorry, I'm fixing something right now, and then we'll get to this. 1 second, if I may. Let's see. Where would the go live part be? You bastard. Creative tools. Live dashboard. Here we go. What's the issue? Do we know? The chat is not moving. Okay, it's working for some. It might be where you are. I know. There's a bunch of people in there. I feel bad when they're trapped. I'm opening it up. Go to live producer. There's so many, like Facebook is, it's a tax document. Okay, I see you guys. See in there, testing. Chat's working okay. Seems to be all right. Here's a good way to test it. Send stars. No, I'm going to pop it out. Pop it out. Pop it. Knock it down. Slap it good. All right, hold on. Pop it out. Oh, see, that's what happens when I open the page, too, because it makes noise. Like, I have to friggin' mute the page. Hold on, here we go. That was a star, by the way. That's makes a dingly dangly noise. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it's very loud for me. There we go. Boink. Go back up. All right. Whoops. Open back up. Settings. Default. Let's see. Follows. So you okay. I'll do this. Block comments with a link. Reset that. And we should be good. And then hopefully go back to here. Hopefully that helps. Oh, yes. Hardy's has a meme going. Yes, we'll look at that later. Yeah, that was loud. I had to, if it pops up again, I'll do it. Ba-bling. Ba-ba-ba. All right. Open the chat page, or hell, I can't. All right, here we go. DOJ counsel has advised me that on or about June 22nd, 2022, counsel for the Trump Organization, a group of business entities associated with FPOTUS, not counsel for FPOTUS, but for the Trump Organization, to wit, hereunder I say unto you, Fuck straight off. The Trump organization has no right to any of these fucking documents. The Trump organization is not entitled to even the stuff that goes into his alleged library at some point. The Trump organization is his fucking business. It should be his attorneys for POTUS, but then he'd have to pay it out of his own goddamn pocket, and he's broke. All right. A group of business entities associated with POTUS confirmed that the Trump organization maintains security cameras in the vicinity of the storage room, and that on June 24th, 2022, counsel for the Trump organization agreed to accept service of a grand jury subpoena for footage from those cameras. Now, we know at that time, we had heard 60 days worth of footage, right? That's what we heard. Not so much. The subpoena was served to counsel on June 24th, 2022, directed to the custodian of records for the Trump organization and sought, and by the way, that's Kash Patel, and I want to say Patsy Baloney was on that crew as well, but that's when Kash Patel was bragging that he was the custodian of records. This is, by the way, just to be clear, Trump is throwing Kash Patel under the fucking bus. I mean, fuck him, but whatever. I don't care. He doesn't seem to be a good guy, but Trump is doing this to him, not anyone else. Trump is hanging this fucking albatross of shitty little crimes around Kash Patel's neck and then sending him on errands, hoping he gets busted away from the property. So this is, and sought any and all surveillance records, videos, images, photographs, and or CCTV from internal cameras located on ground floor, basement, blah, 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 on the Mar-a-Lago property located 1100 South Ocean Boulevard, Palm Beach, Florida, from the time period of January 10th, 2022 to present. On July 6, 2022, in response to the subpoena, representatives of the Trump organization provided a hard drive to FBI agents. Oh, the hard drive from hell. See, that's how a hard drive of evidence is arguably handled. A copy is asked, a copy is given. Why can't we seize the servers? Why aren't we where's the servers? Why isn't someone seizing the servers if he's got a server? That if they've got a hard drive, they can make a copy of the stuff that was on there. Then why can't we see the servers then? Right? And thank you, Pam and Jean Val, Jean Vale. Thank you for the and Treva. Thank you for the. I'm seeing stars. Like I've been hitting the head with a mallet on Facebook now because I have to have that chat open to keep it from collapsing on us. Right? Why can't we? Where's the server then? How come? Where's the server? Where is the, where's the Mar-a-Lago server? What happened to it? As explained above, the POTUS boxes contained numerous documents with classified markings, both in the 15 boxes and in the remaining POTUS boxes. And also, explained above, the classified documents provided to the government in a red-weld envelope pursuant to the subpoena were represented to have been stored in the boxes located in the storage room. So the reason it was in a red weld is because they knew it was classified. If they made any assertion that he had magically declassified shit, they didn't make that assertion at any time up until they handed over that envelope and past that until he started fucking posting on Troth Social. I mean, but most of this we've seen before. I don't know that, let's see. Some people have pointed out, let me see if this is any other parts of it. The subpoena for security footage due a week before producer first, okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, January 18th, that's the part that I just read. Whether Trump organization actually produced all the requested video remains redacted, except for the indication that Trump organization handed the drive over on July 6th, which, by the way, makes total fucking sense as to why all of a sudden they're like, we got to raid the place. We got to fucking, they didn't raid it. Why we have to search the place. We need a search and seizure warrant. We fucking need this. Just from what they gave us, this is fucked up. Trying to send stars. All the cool sparklers are stars. Aw, thanks, Barbara. Thank you, Diane. And also Lynn says, hit that like button, sparkle on you crazy diamonds, with her super chat. Thank you so much. And Chuck, you will let us know when Beth returns your love, please. I don't want to be part of a one-sided relationship. Beth, it's the ball's in your court now. You don't have to super chat to do it. I will gladly pass it on for free. But just for the record, he has let us know when, Chuck, let us know when she texts you that was sweet. If she didn't miss it because she was at work and she missed the whole piece. Just saying. Pictures, please, right? Or it didn't happen. Let's see. Was there more tacked on? This is Kyle's thing. Tacked onto here. Yeah, January 18th. Moving truck spotted at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, this is they took shit to fucking Bedminster. They took shit to... That we have to look at, too. Can we just look at that real quick? Is everybody okay with that? Motherfucker. Video of Trump boxes, private plane, Bedminster, whatever, that should come up, right? 2021 footage of Trump taking boxes from Mar-a-Lago to Bedminster. Yeah, let's look at this shit. Hold on. Minute 14. Let's see. I want to find that on Gazette. That's Gazette. See if this is... okay, so it was Peter Strzok that posted it. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm hunting it down. We'll find it. Clarice, you will let us know when the lambs stop screaming. Strzok is such a weird word to spell. Peter Strzok. See if he goes media. It's going to be in here. Retained counsel. Oh, given New York Times reporting Trump. Oh, New York Times reporting Trump attorney Christina Bobb retained counsel due to Mar-a-Lago document behavior. Remember, she was president at the Willard War Room here with Giuliani and Eastman. There we are. There's Ramsland. There's, I think is that Flynn or is that another person? Unidentified person one. Bannon was in and out there as well. There you go. Type brand of box look familiar? Right. This is the, yeah, stuff coming out of Mar-a-Lago going to, yeah, here we go. On May 9th, Trump gets on a private plane from Palm Beach to Bedminster. On video, several boxes are seen loaded onto the plane. Let's see. Yeah, here you go. Better check Bedminster. On May 6th, Nara emails Trump to say material is missing and maybe at Mar-a-Lago. On May 9th, Trump gets on a private plane from Palm Beach to Bedminster. On video, several boxes are loaded on the fucking plane. This is what happens when you fuck around. There it is. Check this out for clarity on how many cartons are being transported with Trump from Mar-a-Lago, Florida to Bedminster, New Jersey. Now, I'll get it. Can I help you with that? No, don't touch them. 1, 2. Those are heavy, too. Those are some serious boxes. Look at that. What's in that guy? Look at that container. That's a suitcase, rolling bag. 2 boxes there, 7, 8. Oh, they're counting them on the top. There's Trump. Is it a plane? Yeah. So 8 boxes by their count. I would also like to say that you guys don't actually think that I believe that his suitcases didn't have other shit in it. In case somebody rolled up and started taking these boxes, he was like, okay, but you can't look in my suitcase. This briefcase, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Um, and she was, and Ivana Trump was buried a month and a half later at Bedminster after she was cremated. No comment. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That is some gnarly shit. It's Joe. I've been watching so much Columbo lately. It's like it's my go to sleep programming. Now you know. This business. Let's see. At this point, FBI member cell phones that have a Verizon store. They've got Giuliani's, Victoria Tensing, Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting I don't have my phone anymore. Wrong Michael McDonald. Sorry. I keep forgetting that they never need to call again. I keep Scott Perry. So now I come to you with open arms. That's Steve Perry. Sorry, my bad. John Eastman. Get your hands off my goddamn phone. That's Clint Eastwood. Sorry. Jeffrey Clark. I lost mine in the bushes. No, that's Lewis and Clark. Boris Epstein. My phone is with moose and squirrel. Mike Roman. I've got Roman hands and Russian fingers, and they aren't in my. And then, of course, Mike Pillow, where my phone's under my desk, or it's in a pair of slippers, right? I saw Steve with Journey in '79. You're very lucky. And by the way, you're right. Those are some solid notes I'm hitting right there. No warm up. Just saying. Leonardo da Vinci's Last Subpoena. That's funny. Yep. Okay, there's the carry on from there. There's them counting it. Great visual, though. Box number 1 may be 2 stat boxes, meaning 9, not 8 total boxes. Yeah. And then she's got a briefcase on top. Trump's lawsuit against me and many others just dismissed. Yeah, that was a good one, too. September 9th. This is, by the way, why all this Hunter Biden laptop shit is happening. It's because Trump's lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and Strzok and all these fuckers were kicked to the curb. I note that the plaintiff filed his lawsuit in the Fort Pierce division of this district, where only one federal judge sits, Judge Eileen Cannon, who plaintiff appointed in 2020. Despite the odds, this case landed with me instead, and when plaintiff is a litigant before a judge that he himself appointed, he does not tend to advance these same sorts of bias concerns. Briefing today. Okay, this is good. With the investigators read of last night's Washington Post story detailing some of the material seized from Mar-a-Lago, what can we know and not know from a careful reading? There you go. To date, no other outlet, including New York Times, has corroborated it. Might be a great scoop. Might also counsel caution. Yeah. The nuclear stuff is more than likely information about another country. The question is he keeping it for himself, that he might buy his way out of a problem later through money from that country, whatever it is, or share it with a country that he thinks, like, let's say it's Iran's nuclear program or Iran sites, like our secrets about, our intelligence about where that is. If he thinks sharing that with Israel or with a businessman like Saban, who's a great guy, actually, so it wouldn't be him, but somebody that Kirshner knows in one of these countries that might want to push back, like the Saudis, like sharing it with the Saudis to push back against Iran would buy him some favor and some money from the Saudis. Peter Falk is so great. He is. And if you haven't seen Vibes with him and Cyndi Lauper and Jeff Goldblum, you're fucking missing out. He's so good. He's so good. Peter Falk is just lovely. And I have some hope that when I'm about 2 decades, I'm going to start looking like him a little bit in my age. And I'm not against that. I just think, if I may, one more question before I go. This is just something that's been bothering me. You said he came in the back door, but there was a newspaper on the counter. It was a late edition. Now, he did age very well. And Vibes is so funny. He's so funny. He's lovely in The Princess Bride. He's a little piece in that. He's like the heart of the film in so many ways. Like, without him, the story doesn't sort of, like, it sustains the love that's in there. The grandfather's love for his grandson that is translated through the love of these characters, and the warmth of the story and the friendship of that. It's just great. Yeah, Vibes is the movie. Jeff Goldblum, Cyndi Lauper, and Peter Falk, and it's so good. It's so good. It's written by Lowell Gans and Babalu Mandel. They wrote Spies Like Us, and they were like the joke punch writers, like the punch up guys for a lot of your favorite 80s comedies. They got a pass on a lot of scripts. This may not be a completed crime. This may be a crime involving ongoing threats to human life. You must stop looking at the stolen machine guns you recovered to figure out whether there's still stolen machine guns at large. But by the way, USIC, good luck with the source recruitment. Breaking. Judge Eileen Cannon grants Trump's request and others for appointment of special master. They're using the same special master that granted the FISA warrant on Carter Page. Fill in the blanks with Senator Rubio. Senator Rubio's actions would send the worst message to the millions of hardworking federal employees whose security clearances lightly. Rubio's reckless and thoughtless mishandling classified information is the end of the story. However, it's only a matter of time before the next shoe drops and the next corruption controversy surrounding. Okay, it's a storage issue, right? Reality activist thread. What happened to CNN? I worked there for 18 years. This is what happened. Everybody wants to know why CNN is shifting. Let me explain why. What Fox News gets that MSNBC and CNN don't get. Each quarter, the cable operators release their subscriber base. For even consecutive years, the cable operators have seen subscriber declines for 84 months. It's called in TV biz the cord cutters, right? Because people are watching stuff via, again, there's a shift, though, that they're not quite getting, which is YouTube TV and Roku, which technically you have the internet, but you don't need cable to do it, but you're still watching cable. 97% of cord cutters are under the age of 50. The majority of what's left watching cable is, like we have known, are very, very old people. As demographics for TV rapidly change to a very old age group, the networks remaining with any traction, ESPN, Newsnet, have to appeal to who is sitting on their couch watching them 24/7. Again, they're very old people relative to the U.S. population. By the way, there will be, after this shift, a normalization of viewing habits when it comes to cable news that will be akin to the mid-90s after 24-hour news popped up. But in the ratings war, the scorecard is usually based on A18 to 49 demographic, but not for the news. No one buys news networks going after the A18, 49. No one. All advertisers on these nets buy them for A50 plus. NBC went left, Fox News went right. CNN tried to play the middle. The problem with CNN is that they built a powerhouse in the 90s. We printed money, cash, hand over fist. Then NBC and Fox News came along. The race was on. They went velvet rope. Fox News went diner. CNN got caught in no man's land, but the money kept coming in. Then technology changed the game. CNN.com became the de facto news source for America for a good 10 years. Bernard Shaw hiding under the desk when Baghdad got bombed. Aaron Brown broadcasting 20 hours straight during 9/11. We loved accolades. We sold on it, but we didn't do what we didn't do was take a look at what is happening. The viewership started to splinter to MSNBC because some folks wanted a left bent, but a lot went to Fox News. In fact, between 2008 and 2016, CNN lost 60% of its 50-plus audience. Fox News saw a 70% increase in the same demo during the same period, mostly men. Fox News gave the audience what they wanted, an aggrieved white man perspective, while we chased the next shiny object. Not arguing for Fox is right, absolutely not. They are evil to the core. Fish where the fish are in 20... Yeah, this is what I was saying. I just said this. Does anybody remember? Hold on. I have to go find now. When this first... Like, all right. Let's see. Where's... I'm going to have to... Let's see. Dig this up for a second. 1 second. This is going to... Okay. Go back to here. Go back to verified. Go down to Christopher Titus. Where is he? Titus. Yeah. I just have to, like, because Titus retweeted what I did, what I said. Okay, timing on it. I'll find it. Don't worry. Hang in there. I'm scrolling. Scrolling. Man, these tweets are amazing. All right. Let's say I'd like to reply to your tweet. There we go. Where is it? I'm gonna find it. It's coming up. Coming up. Hold on. All right. I have to find the... I'm just gonna have to go like... I'm gonna have to search for it. Come on now. Where is it? This is going to aggravate me now. All right. Is it further down than he thought? Hold on. I might be narrow. I'm narrowing in on it. Hang in there. Just enjoy my flowing locks while I scroll like an asshole through my old tweets. Hi. Okay. Hold on. 1 second. Now I have to kiss my girlfriend goodbye. Love you. Do I have lip gloss on me now? I think I do. So, where was I? Oh, now I'm completely lost. Okay, we're getting close. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Hold on. All right, here's the thing. I will show the... So I'll show you the... This is what I wrote. This is from September 4th. And just paralleling this with the tweet we were just looking at. So somebody at CNN is betting that Fox News is going down in the Dominion lawsuit and started scooping audience. Fox bleeds audience to their more right-wing competitors and has almost no web presence because of it. Chris Lick sees this as money left on the table. The consensus that the GOP will not retake anything this fall has also changed the calculation. CNN is locking into an adversarial position against the Dems going forward, hoping to draw angry eyeballs to their advertising spots. It's Clickbait Incorporated. That's what I said. And that is what the CNN insider is effectively saying now. Just putting that there. Yeah. That's just how it's working out. And somebody was like, their ratings have gone down. I'm like, I didn't say it was a good plan. I'm telling you, that's why they're doing it. A plan doesn't have to work for it to actually be a plan. You can have a shit, stupid plan. CNN politics. Here we go. President Biden will nominate Lynn Tracy, a career diplomat currently serving in Armenia, as the next ambassador to Russia. Yikes. They're not going to like that. That's hilarious. And I don't know how much diplomacy is going on. We're trying. It's interesting that she's coming from Armenia to there. That says a lot about what the relationship between the two is. If you know Armenia, you'll be a good fit for Russia right now. Is weird. It makes sense, but it's considering the circumstance. Yeah, and one of the Jan 6 rioters was found guilty and he's probably going to get like 20 years. That's one of the other ones. Explain further. Okay, so the in kind of pegging off the demographics thing that the guy was talking about is that right now people are moving to their website as their primary way, or their YouTube clips, or their YouTube TV or Roku TV or whatever streaming that they have as their primary way of getting information. And most of the time when stuff is really breaking, people are rushing to social media to see it. So they used to, for a while, they were going to CNN.com because it was the primary one. If you were out and about and you didn't have a TV nearby, you could go on your iPad or on your phone and you'd go to CNN.com and that's where you would get it. Now that's not happening because everybody who sees something at CNN.com is putting not only the story itself on their social media, they're putting elements of the story in their social media so that you can go, this is the important part. They're doing the vetting and the focusing on the story for you. So I watch you for news and Juicy Scoop for gossip. Well, all right. I think that's a good split, I think. Yeah, but CNN recognizes that there are a bunch of, they're basically going after the non-MAGA Republicans who don't like Biden, don't like Democrats, aren't ready to go full, it's Marxism, communism, that kind of shit, but are equally as angered at their election choices and that kind of shit. So CNN's scooping those folks up because they really don't have anywhere to go. Fox News has to compete with Newsmax by being increasingly dickish and might have a legal problem with the Dominion suit. If they go to go as far as they would need to go to get that audience on board, they would get in more legal trouble. So they've got a line they can't cross where their audience wants them to go. And so they turn to RAV and they scatter across a bunch of smaller groups, watering down the entire output, by the way. That's an area where CNN can pick up what's left of the moderating and older and less gullible right-wingers who, lean that direction and, are the Reagan Republicans that still exist, or people who are cultural conservatives. They'll all go to the right-wing sites. But if you're fiscally conservative and that kind of shit, and you don't want to be seen in the internet neighborhood of Newsmax and shit like that, then Fox, tickling your taint with Hunter Biden laptop stories is enough to get you over there to trust them for other shit. Mm-hmm. The fall 2012 to 2016 is great. Love you. Oh, that show with the one with Gillian Anderson. Is that what you're talking about, Thomas? It's a great show. Just if you're throwing that in there. Looks like my TV will only get MSNBC. I remember showing off years ago when Instagram first started and Twitter then started allowing you to post pictures, that I would go to certain hotels when I was on tour doing stand-up, especially in Texas and places like that. And MSNBC would be a channel in a hotel on their cable system, but it would be dark. Like it would say 36 MSNBC, and letting you know that as far as the cable box was concerned, it's supposed to be there, but the channel itself was blacked out. I've even had it where the image would come up, but the audio didn't work. Yeah, on-site blocking. Like the owner of the Hilton or the Ramada or whoever there was just like pulling the cord. Because cable will allow you to block stuff that you find objectionable for, let's say you've got you've got an Amish convention that's wheeling into town on their buggies, and that they secretly watch cable while they're there, and you don't want to get them in too much trouble, so you turn off the Science Channel and Discovery. So that they don't, because there's a line, and then there's the line. How much would it take to buy me off? What do you mean, to make me say something that I don't believe politically? There is no number. Because, it doesn't work. Because I say the things I say, and I advocate for the things I advocate for, because I think they will make the world better. And if I advocated against, you can't pay me to advocate for a world that's worse for my kid. Or people in general. Like, even before I had a kid, that's out of the question. Believe me, if I could be bought off, I'd have been bought off a long time ago. They don't even approach me. However, Cameo is an option for personalized HAL messages. That's true. But I will not say anything. I won't do an ad for something on Cameo. People have tried to get me to say like ads for products or, congratulations to some executive group or whatever, like weird shit like that. I'm like, Cameo's for fun. That's just for people. But again, I'm not going to say anything on there that I wouldn't say in person. Never. Yeah, it just doesn't, and it's, like I said, it's why I won't even do clickbait fucking titles on my show. Even though I know that it would benefit me financially, it would draw more eyeballs, and it would measure out probably over time into a 10 or 12% uptick in my clicks per minute, or my, the commercial CPM that I have. But I'm not going to do it. Yeah, nobody paid me to say Vibes is a great movie. That's true. HAL does snarkbait. That is true. I do snarkbait. I fuck with those people, but I don't go like, this might be the end. I'm quitting. It's over now. Like the fucking Johnny Bravo bullshit. Not the cartoon, but that prick on this. I'll show you. Hold on. Where'd it go? Okay. Let's see. This dickhead. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This is, you want to know where Russell Brand and all those fuckers get it from? Here, this is, let me show you what this fucker's videos look like. Regularly 60,000 views on all these. Be ready, can't stop it. It's much worse. Alarming news, final warning, preparing. It's always fire. Wiped out, watch out, be alarmed, be warned. This is dire fire. Look at this, though. A month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. It's over. It was over 4 months ago. 5 months ago. 6 months ago. Oh, sorry, it ended 6 months ago. How many times has he named his fucking, used fucking wiped out? $8 months ago. This is before he started using fire. Apparently it wasn't working. He had to add fire. He's going to use the same fucking words. Look at this shit. 11 months ago. A year ago. Flashing red. Urgent news. Be prepared. It's chaos. Urgency. Urgent. Be alarmed. It's over. No help. It's panic. No help. There's a lot of no help. Like that's one of his big ones. It's over. Always a giant one. Yeah. These motherfuckers, like I'm just not going to fucking do it. That's this guy, Johnny Bravo. He's like an investment, Jay Bravo. He's got 167,000 subscribers. He got 3 times as many subscribers, 4 times as many subscribers as I do. Here, I'll show you the other one too while we've got a moment. The other, hold on, shut up. Hold on, we'll show you this in a second. These are, here you go. So he lied. This is how we fight back. This changes everything. You're not going to fucking believe this. It's happening now. This is shameful. Thought the pandemic was bad? This is what's coming. Hang on. It was only tested on what? It's official. They lied, by the way. This is all anti-Pfizer stuff. This is a fucking joke. Farm protests go global. It's impossible to ignore. You aren't going to like this. Look at this. They're feeding babies poison. Look at this. Oh, sorry. I'm not even showing you the damn screen. Sorry. Look at it. Back up. Hold on. You're not going to fucking believe this. This is how we fight back. This changes everything. It's happening now. This is shameful. Thought this pandemic was bad. This is what's happening. By the way, fucking Max Blumenthal from Gray Zone. Yeah, this is dangerous. And it's got Bill Gates saying shh to a woman. You aren't going to like this. Babies are being poisoned. Seriously, does he think we're idiots? And then it's happening. So it was all a scam. This is a disgrace. Hang on, Fauci did what? Hang on, this is a joke. There's a lot of hang on. Hang on. The Great Reset is real. What the fuck is going on? This is how they censor voices. Alex Jones trial. You need to know this. You're a conspiracy theorist. It was all a fucking lie. This is like, someone's taking a pill and there's an arrow pointing to a person taking the pill. We can't let them do this. This is fucking crazy. This is why they censor Trump. This explains a lot. You're not going to like this. You won't believe this. It's Matt Taibbi. You know what you won't believe? Is Matt Taibbi's first job on his own was having a shit rag newsletter that he and his bro ran in Russia, where they joked about fucking underage girls. You're not going to believe that. You won't believe this. I mean, it's true. 2.5 billion spent lobbying your government, my government, or your government. This is concerning. How to survive a nuke. They can't be serious. This is fucking insane. Nancy Pelosi storms out of insider trading grilling. Is AI conscious? No. You're welcome. This is fucking weird. They are watching you. Hang on. Could AI do this? That's from the is it conscious thing. No. It begins. it begins. Oh, that was about them getting Ring doorbell footage without having to ask you in case you don't fucking live there and they can't reach you and they're trying to catch a murder suspect in the middle of this. They can call Ring and go, hey, can we get the external video footage during this narrow window of time because somebody was shot right in front of this fucking house? And they go, yeah. And you sign off on it on the TOS. And why wouldn't you? You goddamn right. If I have a camera on my house that's pointed at the street and someone was stabbed to death or beat to death in my fucking neighborhood and the killer's on the loose and the cops are asking, hey, anybody got doorbell footage? You fucking sure can have it. If I'm worried about being spied on by my own shit, I can set up a situation where my Ring doorbell shuts off when I come home and then turns back on when I get inside. Shut the fuck up. Like, all this stuff is available. This is like semi-Luddite bullshit. They don't want you to know this. I'm a big fan of they came after me. We are fucked. Oh, it's Chomsky defending Russia. God save us from linguistics professors that don't speak more than one language. And Donna Shiva, this is how we beat the Great Reset. Oh, she's fun. We have been lied to. Oh, look, it's Aaron Mate. What are the odds that the person saying that we've been lied to about Russia is Aaron Mate? What do you think? Or Aaron Mate has been doing the line. Shocked, I tell you. You knew something was wrong. You were right. You understand. You know what's going on, even if they don't want you to know. Proof the Great Reset is happening. Proof. So this is why the U.S. Wants war in Ukraine a month ago. Is that why? Why did we force Russia to invade? Does anybody remember? What just happened? Proof we are screwed. The proof thing, he was trying that on for a size. And it worked. Put the word proof in there, 1 million views. Don't have the word proof, just half of that. Although this is, I guess swearing also puts you over the top. New truckers protest, this is impossible to ignore. Psychedelics, did you know this? They're not interested. Jimmy Dore, it's all bullshit. Yes, that we covered part of this, I think, back then or whatever. Yes, Jimmy Dore's show is bullshit. Russell's show is bullshit. They're all full of shit. Yeah, we know. This is why Trump won, because Obama whispers. Obama is the hippie Alex Jones whisperer. Breaking news. I can't believe this happened. Hang on. They're owned by Big Pharma. Surely this didn't just happen. Don't be fooled. They're coming for you. They're coming for you, Barbara. Hang on, Civil War now? Hang on, Civil War now? This is alarming. You knew something wasn't right. You did, didn't you? You knew it. You knew it. In your heart, you could feel it. Around you, everything seemed fine. Your food didn't taste weird. Your family used normal words. When you went to the grocery, there was plenty of cat food, the kind your cat likes. And yet, you knew something was wrong. Oh, this looks bad. Oh, this looks bad. But yes, 2 months ago, Biden in jail. Look at this clickbait. Hold on. Look at this shit. That's Biden in a jail cell. The fuck out of here. What, really? Because they tried to get kids not to be scared of vaccines on Sesame Street like they did when I was a fucking kid. So they lied to you about food prices. They did. It's all because Bill Gates is sitting on a pile of potatoes. Leaked video. They just admitted this. While they were bowling or on a boat or something. All right. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, because he's reading notes and she's got a bracelet on? I don't know. Roe v. Wade, you need to know this now. The truth about high gas prices, that they're going down. So anyways, you can see my point. Look at this. Lab leak. Now it makes sense. January 6th. They don't want you to know this. I'm wearing a Stay Free shirt and reading to you from the Jacobin. I must be on your side. What the fuck is going on? There's a lot of those. AI is what now? Like leaked? The fuck do you mean leaked? He's talking about the same dude who thought he was talking to a real person. Like the idiot version of the Turing test. They're falling apart right when they're passing a bunch of bills. Now it makes sense. Look at this poor little girl getting a shot in her arm. Look at that. Now it makes sense. They want to kill the children. While you're all distracted by Russia, because it's just a distraction. The real reason we locked down. Because government control. Because Pfizer wanted their stock to go up. If you thought Davos was scary, watch this next. The truth about Pfizer. That's a lot. He built his entire channel largely on anti-vax stuff. This is a joke. Biden laughing about Putin and somebody. Okay. And MBS. My reaction to the Queen's Jubilee. This is what the Queen doesn't want you to know. Something big is coming. Uh-oh. Children wearing visors and the Great Reset. Why the Great Reset is good. Lesson 1. Oh, they're going to teach the Great Reset in school. Because if they teach sharing, that's the same as teaching fucking communism. It sucks that YouTube allows this. Allows it? This is what the algorithm fucking builds. This changes everything. Look at him with a QR code on his fucking forehead up here. Look at this. Look at that. This is just the beginning. Has Trump already won? No. We're fucked. That was it. What he took from Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Why the fuck would my life be fucked because of a celebrity like libel scandal? This is very dangerous. J&J vaccine plant hidden data. New report shows Fauci's true motives. Bill Gates and the WHO's global pandemic treaty. Musk versus Gates. This is gangster. It's okay when they do it. Elon Musk and Trump. It's happening. Meh. I think this was it's happening was around the Twitter that like this is his video I think about Musk bought Twitter and he's gonna put Trump back on it. That's 4 months ago. That's what he was saying. Didn't quite. Russell Brand reacts to viral video. Okay, blah blah. He does these occasionally too because they get look 1.7 when he does social like celebrity shit. He gets bigger hits. I don't know why. The only reason he doesn't chase that shit more often. Is because it's not as reliable. How can we trust the objectiveness of science, I guess, is whether you're now an enemy of the state if you wear Flintstones cardigans. Yeah. All hail Anthony Fauci. He lied. That's Hunter Biden back there behind it, apparently. Truth about woke Disney. But don't worry about it. Death isn't the end. Hold on. Does he actually say something?
Live forever. The bad news is you're going to have to give them even more data, or even the most private data, especially that. Metaverse company is offering the chance to live forever in its virtual world, even after you die in real life. Two things I want to say here.
Oh, God. We watched this one already. We saw that bullshit. Two things I want to say. Oh, this was interesting, though. I have to see this. This is 4 days ago, 8 minutes, 25 seconds. Hold on.
I'm so sorry. I'm not perfect. I misread a website. See? That weren't difficult, was it, mainstream media?
Yeah, you should do it more often. They do it all the time.
Hello there, you 5.9 million awakening wonders. Thank you for joining us on this voyage towards truth. And how are we going to get to truth if we're not willing to admit when we make a mistake and be utterly candid about it? Subscribe to this channel right now if you don't subscribe already.
Oh shit, this is going to be a long one. He's going to go back over his entire video catalog and point out everywhere he's been accidentally or on purpose lying or obfuscating.
turn on a notification bell so we can always...
No. You haven't earned that.
The prevaricating narratives around coronavirus, we said, like, you know, they've changed the information on vitamin D, the recommendations around certain medications, lockdowns, masks, all these things have changed. Well, during that, there was one bit where I said, yesterday, the National Institute of Health added Ivermectin to the list of COVID treatments. That was wrong.
Yeah. It was.
This is what I should have said. But have a look at the website and you can see why I got confused. What it says is that...
You see why I got confused, because I didn't look at it and think about it. The safety and efficacy of ivermectin for the prevention and treatment of COVID-19 have been evaluated in clinical trials and observational cohorts. Summaries of the studies that inform the COVID-19 treatment guidelines recommendations can be found in Table 4C. The panel reviewed additional studies. These studies were not summarized in Table 4C because they have study design limitations or whatever. There's a reduction in olfactory deficit. Okay, here we go.
That the NIH have been running clinical trials on ivermectin, and specifically the panel recommends against the use of ivermectin for the treatment of COVID-19 except in clinical trials. So because it was a widely tweeted thing, we thought it was true. That was really silly of us.
Dude, that's your entire fucking channel. Really, what do you mean? And first of all, notice how it's fucking us. It's just him. This is like, again, if I fuck up on this show, I fuck up on this show. When I say we, in terms of like the overall show, what I mean is CSL and our mods who help out as far as like, we want you guys to have a good time, but it's none of their responsibility. And Johnny Million on Saturdays when we're actually doing a show together. But when it comes to the content of this fucking show, it's anytime it's me on fucking screen doing this is all on me. Nobody else is fucking responsible for anything I say. And nobody else is responsible for anything this fucker says. Somebody else has to edit out some of his bullshit, and maybe they forget sometimes, but it's his fucking show. Does this say, like, Russell Brand and Company? Does this say, the Rusty Rockets show? Like, as soon as he fucks up like this, it's suddenly we out the ass.
And you deserve better. Thank God you pointed out to us.
Oh, yeah, thanks for everybody. Yeah, we're not going to check the other videos where I pointed out to you that you're completely full of shit.
Hold on, Russell, that's not accurate. This is what the truth is. They're doing clinical trials, and at this time they don't recommend it. We should have done better. We let you down. We will do better in future.
Because in England, you can actually get in deep shit for this. This is why he's doing it. Look at his hand gestures. In the States, you may get kicked off of YouTube, possibly, probably not, and he could probably port most of his asshole followers over to Rumble anyways. A lot of them follow him over there. It wouldn't matter. They're boosting this message. They don't really give a shit about the message. They're just trying to get more people to see it or make him artificially more relevant. But that's why the reaction. That's why he's retracting this.
That's the exact situation. But of course, this gives us a further opportunity to analyze the nature of misinformation and disinformation.
Right. Yeah. Like me being a dumbass is misinformation. But me doing it on purpose is disinformation. I want you to know that it was misinformation because I just didn't give a fuck enough about your safety or anything that I say in terms of any other category except that where it makes me fucking money to check this shit out because people might take my advice and end up taking a chemical that will get them fucking killed. And I don't really care about that. But in England, they will arrest me. So that's why. All right, it's 11:12. I'm already over time. You guys are wonderful. I will see you guys this afternoon where we will dive into Operation, let's see, Hardy's menu. Full Hardy's menu. There we go. Let's see. I don't think of that. Yeah. So, charbroiled chicken, more biscuits and other favorites. Operation Biscuits and Gravy. Oh, here it is. So I'm trying to think of what we'll call the episode this afternoon. Operation Monster Biscuit kind of sounds great. Also, Monster Biscuit is a great name for a metal band, a country rock metal band. Country fried, yeah, steak biscuit, the Frisco breakfast sandwich. Man, if we find out that Mike Pillow was getting the Frisco breakfast sandwich with a friend, and there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be very upset. The country ham biscuit sounds like a pejorative. The loaded breakfast burrito. This is what your colon looks like after a trip to Hardee's. There's just no way to photograph biscuits and gravy without it looking like biscuits and bukkake. It's just not possible. And I am sorry for everyone that I've ruined biscuits and gravy for. Oh, boy. That's just so wrong. Okay, so far I like Operation Monster Biscuit. That's good. Angus just sounds like they're selling the beef that's in it. The Monster Angus. A lot of monster in this big. So you get a monster bar. Okay, charbroiled burgers in here. The famous star, the superstar, the Western. Okay, these are cheeseburgers. Okay. Breakfast sweets and sides. Let's see, what is this? The Star Pal Kids meals. Okay, this is the hamburger kit, the cheeseburger kit. They're pretty boring names. Let's see. The Red Burrito. Operation Red Burrito. Operation Hard Shell Beef Taco. Operation Chicken Bowl. This is probably what he was getting, because he was going to stare at the picture of Trump eating his from Trump Tower and pretend he's in Trump Tower. So wrong, Hal. I love beef, biscuits, and gravy. I do too, but that's just Operation Pillow Biscuit. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I like that one. Because they said pillowy biscuits, right? That's what they said this morning. Peaches and cream fry. That sounds naughty. You know why they had to you know why they had to move fried from the front to right before pie. Troubled waters. Because fried peaches and cream pie does all right. Troubled waters. Also cinnamon roll. All right. You know that whole thing where they put sex in the steam coming off of a Coca-Cola to try and sell it? I'm just saying, Hardee's is full of that filth. I mean, it's already bad that it's named Hardee's. And was named as a direct response to Mr. Softy. I'm not going to Mr. Softy. That does terrible things to your Wiener Johnson. I'm going to Hardee's. After you go to Hardee's and you eat a big meal there, 30 minutes later, you're Mr. Softy and you need a nap. Sorry, this is just so bad. This is going hand-breaded chicken biscuit. I would get my hands on your breaded chicken biscuits right now. Come on. All of this sounds like a bad pickup line in a country bar. Stop it. Yeah, she wants the big hearty. Come on. So I whipped out my big Monster Angus burger, and we went to town. That feller over there, you can tell he's got a Frisco Angus burger, if you know what I'm talking about. It's all innuendos at Hardee's. Hardee's, where it goes right innuendo. I gotta stop. I have to stop. This is good. All right, we're going with Operation Pillow Biscuit. This is good. Anus beef. Quit it. You can't just knock the G off and call it a day. I'm yucking their young. I fried her peaches, man. Let me tell you what. Just sounds, you should have eaten breakfast. All right. I got to go make a Malcolm Nance stamp. So I will post that on my Twitter feed as soon as I can. All right. You guys are lovely. I will see you later on. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. You're beautiful. Thank you guys so much for the support as well. For the subscriptions. Shadow Woman and Water Goddess, thank you for the gifted subs. Goals, thank you for your video exposing faux lefty grifters. I found you thanks to Jimmy Dore takedowns. Oh, that's great. Well, they're necessary. Sometimes ignoring them is best. Sometimes you got to call that shit out. Just sort of on a regular basis, just to remind you that they're not really on your side. Anybody who shit talks actual progress because we coulda, shoulda, we coulda, when you couldn't, is a liar. You know, these are the folks that think the way you win a football game is not by balancing your air and ground assault and coaches working with players and all that stuff. But why don't we just do it like Billy Blanks in The Last Boy Scout? That's winning. So what if some people have to die and some of them might even be on our side? It's a price you got to pay. I won't be affected. I live in the Hollywood Hills. Fuck off. You just want my lovely biscuit bumps. It's like, all right, troubled waters. As Jeff Goldblum once said, when walking by a beautiful woman in an audience of one of his live shows while I was sitting less than 10 feet away. Oh, troubled waters, troubled waters. Troubled waters, troubled waters. I'll see you guys later today for a real good show. Thank you. Okay, bye. Don't forget to subscribe if you're on Twitch. Our subscribers have dropped off. I'm very sad. See you soon. Okay, bye.